Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us here today. I'm, of course, Greg Guy.
My name's Casey.
And for your viewing pleasure, we will be presenting our next episode of Banghead Financial. This particular week, first of all, just to get this out of the way, the CPI data came in from, the Federal Reserve. It was projected at 8.1%, and it came in at 8.3%. Now, that is down from the prior month of March, which was 8.5%. So there's a good chance that we may be hovering around 8% inflation over the course of a year for who knows how long.
Until the Biden administration's out.
And we get a competent economist into office?
I mean, I would hope so. Somebody who knows something about business, how it works.
Well, I would almost... Never mind. I'm not even going to say it. That's a discussion for another day.
Right.
Okay, the only other major thing that happened this particular week is in the cryptocurrency space. Terra Luna, they suffered a massive downfall. Now, Terra Luna let's just take this date. The 4th or the 5th of April of this year, 2022, they were at an all-time high of $120 per coin.
It's a good amount?
It's a good amount, sure enough. And if you don't know, Terra Luna is an algorithmic stablecoin project that we will talk about here very shortly.
I don't know how stable it was.
We'll get into that as well. But basically, it tumbled down 100%, all the way down. I believe it's at this current recording, it is trading at 0.30 and 3. So 3 10,000ths of a penny. Or maybe even, 3 10,000ths of a penny. At this point in time, right now. So, what is an algorithmic stablecoin? To me, now, I heard an explanation on this, a while back, and then all this stuff with Terra Luna happened and everything, and I just had to educate myself.
Okay.
Like, even further than I already was. So, algorithmic stablecoins, their stablecoin, it was, UST, which is US Terra. Now, it works by pegging that particular coin to $1 by burning or creating Terra Luna, which is the project itself. As I said, in order to keep that $1 peg based off of like supply and demand.
Right.
Okay, so if the supply is low and the demand is high, the protocol burns $1 of Luna and mints $1 of UST, US Terra.
Okay.
That's the basic concept. That's kind of how I understood the process. From the beginning, from the inception. The first time I heard about algorithmic stablecoins. So, problems with that is there will be times where the peg drops to 99 cents, and there will be times where the peg is at $1.01, basically. Now, it'll be like $1 and actually probably a couple thousandths of a penny. However, if you have enough, you can still make a tiny bit of profit, depending on like trading fees and everything. So that is basically how algorithmic stablecoins are theoretically work. We'll say. But basically, what happens is, if Terra Luna is supposed to either get burned or minted in order to peg the $1 price to the U.S. Terra stablecoin.
Right.
That is basically what's supposed to happen.
Okay.
Now, I heard that back in February of 2022, so this year, the Terra Guard Foundation, which is basically the top dogs in the Terra Luna project and everything, and maybe some outside, VC capital and everything. They came up with this plan to purchase $10 billion of Bitcoin in order to stabilize the UST stablecoin, which at the time I heard that kind of made no sense at all to me with the mechanics of how a algorithmic stablecoin is supposed to work. So, okay, my first question I would have: Did they know that there was a problem back then, and that is why they decided to start buying Bitcoin? And it should be noted that they accumulated about 40-some thousand Bitcoin.
I think that if you know that what you have is actually not worth what you have, then you need to back it up with some more of a legitimate thing. Kind of like the U.S. dollar is backed up by oil reserves.
I mean, that's a fair assessment. Now, the head of this project, the gentleman's name is Do Kwon. He is of South Korean descent. And it did come out later that he was actually, I cannot confirm this, but it is said that he was involved in another failed stablecoin project. And I do not have the name of that particular project, but like I said, it's also not confirmed as well. So, the Luna Guard Foundation, they accumulated $3 billion worth of Bitcoin. Short of their $10 billion, goal, which, I mean, I assume if this didn't happen, they probably would have reached that $10 billion. Now, I believe that U.S. Terra, at the point in time that all this happened, was I believe it was actually somewhere around 12 billion in total market cap. So there was $12 billion that people have invested into these particular stablecoins. The market cap of Terra Luna was somewhere around 40 billion. So with that 40 billion of liquidity and how an algorithmic stablecoin is believed to work, that should have been able to cover everything. Now, granted, if it does depeg as it did, you would have lost market cap in your Terra Luna. So, were they accumulating Bitcoin in order to prevent this?
That would be my guess, yes.
That's what I kind of assume.